the asshole?
I think she's meddling. Like, it's none of her business. It's their relationship.
Yes.
Oh, hello, vlog.
Welcome back to the vlog, everyone. So today we came up with this idea together, but we thought we would do like a little bit of a different kind of a vlog. We wanted to do like podcast kind of style, like, I don't know, just like we wanted to come on here and have a chat, basically have like a girls chat, but we didn't really know how to do that. We didn't have, like, I didn't do a ask me questions thing because I don't have enough people to ask me questions. But so we were kind of deciding whether we should come on here and just all sort of have like a natural conversation, because we could talk for hours and like that'd be fine. But we decided that we would do a Am I the Asshole session. So what we did was we found some
Reddit posts?
Yes, Reddit posts. Actually, one might be from Twitter, but Reddit and Twitter. About people just writing in about their situations and wanting to know other people's opinions. So we thought that we would, instead of writing back to those posts, verbalize our opinions, because we are some opinionated girlies.
Yeah, to say the least.
Facts. So, yeah, I guess like we'll just get the girls to introduce themselves, because like,
yeah. Okay, so I'm Carolina. I'm from Vivo, Texas. It's a small town south of San Antonio. I'm 19 years old and I'm a student here at Texas A&M, so that's all about me.
I'm Lexus, and I'm from a town called Forney, and I lived there until I was sophomore in high school, and then I moved to Canton. I am 20, and I am an online student at U of H, so
nice.
yeehaw.
Howdy gig 'em.
Howdy gig 'em.
Yep. And I mean, I suppose most of you know me, but I also haven't really done an introduction. So if there's anyone watching that isn't like a family member or a friend, I'm Alicia. I am 21. I am from Australia, obviously. But I'm living here in College Station, Texas, with Nick, my boyfriend. Yeah, the three of us met actually at the dog park because we all have dogs. So we, these were probably the two girls I first met that I became friends with that weren't part of like, you know, that weren't like girlfriends of people or wives or fiancés of people on the football team. So these were like the first girls I met like on my own without Nick's help. And I love them very much. They have made life here and adjusting to life in America so much easier, so much better, and we have just become really close. I feel like we're all very different, but we also have like really similar personalities. Like we're like quite outgoing, like friendly.
Yeah. We all are very like strong-headed. Like,
Yeah.
We all have our own opinions.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because we're all from 3 different places from the world. Like, even though me and Lex both live in Texas, like, it's completely different.
We do love Texas. There's a lot. We could get into the politics of Texas for like ever, but we won't do that because
Like
that'd be unfortunate for everyone watching.
About anything, forever.
So let's dive in.
Alright. Wow. Okay. Am I the asshole for not giving my son the same name as his father, which would make my child the third? My baby daddy's name is Charles Frederick. He's named after his father, therefore making him Charles Frederick II. Baby daddy does not go by his name Charles. He goes by a nickname. He had 2 daughters before our relationship, which we now have a son together. He wanted to continue and pass his name down to his son, which would make my son Charles Frederick III. I absolutely hate this name, and the fact that he doesn't even go by this name, I assumed he doesn't even like his own name. Long story short, me and baby daddy had split up in my pregnancy and he wasn't there when our son was born, which was my choice because I didn't want the drama while my son was being born. I named my son Dominic. Even if we were together, I never would have agreed to name my child Charles, whether we were together or not. Baby daddy hasn't said that he's pissed off that I didn't name him Charles, but he does make slick little comments that I had a lack of judgment when naming our child. Am I the asshole?
Okay. For all you Lex.
For context. My boyfriend's name is Charles. He is the third, and
your baby will be?
My baby will be the fourth. That's not a thing right now. Currently, I'm not pregnant. That's not a thing right now. In the future, I will have Charles the fourth. That came about not very lightly though, I would say. Because in my family, we don't have like traditional like juniors, I guess. You would say like juniors?
Yeah, like you don't like pass down the names.
Yeah, like that's not a thing, like on either side of my family. But for his family, that's like very like traditional. Like that's why he's the third, and then the Charles. Yeah. So I think that she is the asshole because it's not just about you at the point of having a kid, it's about you and your partner. And that's, I mean, yeah, okay, that might have been like the only kid that she could have had, and it was gonna be named Charles. But at the same time, like you can name it Charles and have like a middle name, and the kid can go by a middle name. Like it doesn't have to be, you don't have to call him Charles.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, for me, that will be what we call our son. It will be Charles. But we are changing the middle name.
So basically, you like appreciate the value that the tradition has.
Yeah.
Like, and you think that it's important and nice to like carry that on.
Yeah. Because I always feel like I can have more kids. Like it's like the first boy. So like if I don't have like a boy first, then I have a girl that's gonna have a completely different name. Like you can always have like more kids, I guess.
Right.
Like not all of your kids
Unless
are
you
gonna
can.
be named like juniors after you or your partner. So I think, I think she is an asshole because she also named her kid something completely like so different.
She could have at least made Charles the middle name. Like,
Yeah. She named him Dominic.
She could have given a little.
Where'd that come from? Like,
All right. What do you think?
I think. Okay, so I remember when you were reading, it said baby daddy. So I don't know if they're together. I don't know if like that's her. That's her husband.
That's facts.
So and I don't know like the whole context of like why they're fighting. Because
it didn't say really why they split up. It just said that they did split up during pregnancy.
And then that he wasn't there when she had him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if she was like gonna eventually forgive him, she should have considered like, oh yeah, he might be mad after I completely changed his name. But if he's like out of the picture forever, then who cares?
He had
Like,
But well, he still sees the baby because she said he still makes slick comments. So he's there, whether they're together or not. But like, we know he's like present.
He has kids previous though, right? 2 daughters?
Uh-huh.
So that's why. It's because it's his first boy.
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted a junior. Or I guess it would be the third is what he was.
Yeah.
It's the third. But it's the first boy. But it's just a new baby mama.
I get why he could be mad, but then it's like, I don't know. I just don't think it's that serious. It is serious. I mean, I would be disappointed if it were like, if I were the one.
Yeah, but then it's like a kid. You can always grow up and change your name if you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I mean, they weren't on talking terms, I guess, when she named the baby or whatever. Like, they weren't on good terms.
I think that was on purpose.
But, well, I don't know why it was. But, I don't want to speculate. But, I feel like, talk about maybe what you want to name your baby. Agree, disagree. Talk about it. And then come to an agreed decision. Don't just, you are the asshole purely because you made a decision, like, that affects other people completely on your own. Like,
but does the name really affect them?
well, like, I just feel like he's,
see, my
the
thing
baby's
was
half
having
his
to
dad's.
call, okay, see, but my thing was like having to call Charles, like my boyfriend Charles, and calling my kid Charles.
Yeah.
It was just a little like in my head because I'm not around that a lot. That's just a little bit weird to me. But
now,
if it's normal to other people, like that's not, like Charles' family sees nothing wrong with that because there's Charles.
But now is the dad gonna like resent the baby because his name's Dominic?
well, I hope he doesn't resent the baby. That's a little bit crappy on his behalf if he does that. But I just feel like, come together, have a little chat, say what you both think, and then come to an agreed decision.
That's true. I mean, that's probably the best way to go about anything when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, or like
Talk
you have
about
to
it.
parent, even if you're
Talk
not in a
about it.
relationship, like you both have to parent this child.
You're
like
co-parent.
you're gonna co-parent. Like maybe have a little chat about it.
Yeah.
come to
Imagine a kid's middle name is Charles, like she named it Dominic Charles, and just they didn't put that in the thing, and so we're just like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Did she give him his last name at least, maybe?
I don't know. She didn't say what it was.
I don't know. If this is your Reddit post, please comment down below.
Yeah.
Let us
know. Please let us know whatever.
We have questions.
All right, I have another one.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is kind of like relates to my life, I guess, a little bit more than both of yours. But am I the asshole for prioritizing my own (brackets) or mine and my partner's (close brackets) life over her or my parents'? What? Anyway, let's just get into the context. So me and my girlfriend live away from home in another country, about a 10-hour flight away.
Oh, that's so like you.
Yeah. Recently, my girlfriend's dad underwent a surgery where he had a stent put up in one of his arteries. He's absolutely fine now. This brought up the topic of would I be willing to move back to our home country permanently should anything happen to either of our parents. My girlfriend insists that she would be willing to leave her job and life behind and would gladly move back to the home country to take care of either of our parents. Am I the asshole for not agreeing with her on this hypothetical situation and telling her that I don't see myself moving back permanently for either of our parents? For context, we both just finished studying and it's not even been a year since we started working, ...
I don't think he's the asshole. I think maybe he just didn't say... I think the right thing to say would be like, let's move him over here. Like, you know,
Yeah.
let's bring our parents over here.
But it's also not that easy. Like, from personal experience with visas, you can't just bring people for no reason.
Okay,
Do you know what
I
I
didn't
mean?
think about visas.
Like, well, it depends on the country, obviously, but, like, people have to have a reason.
I feel like
Well, they're sickly.
he's an asshole. Because I feel like
I would wanna
it'd
take
be
care of my
easier.
parents.
Yeah, I'd want to take care of my parents. And if you're with somebody like their parents are not your parents,
Yeah.
so like you're initially saying like I don't want to take care of like your parents either.
It's a little selfish.
But like that's not just my parents; it's our parents now.
Facts.
Like
yeah.
what?
But
I feel like
I feel like it's super situational dependent as well.
that makes
because,
me
like,
sad because he doesn't want to go help his parents.
Oh yeah, like, but also like, what if it's situational dependent? Like,
die?
say Charles got in the NFL, and then his parents, so like, say his parents live like far away, like say different states, for example, then he would have to leave his career that his parents like have worked for, like they've worked to support him to have that career. He's worked to now have that career. He's like 1 or 2 years in, say it's very early days.
Is there like siblings?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's super situational dependence because dependent.
Is there like
I
an
don't know.
aunt?
Like is there somebody that can take care of them?
But like, obviously, you want to be able to fly. I think going home for a period of time is like normal, or one of the partners.
I don't think that they would have to go home like indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like he's saying like permanently. I don't think
Yeah.
that you could do that. Like taking care of somebody, you can go back, see what like assess the situation, figure out a plan of like care,
Yeah.
and then come back. Like, but it might take like a month or two, which you might have to tell your employer. But like that's something that happens once you move to like somewhere else. Like there's just life.
It's also super situationally dependent because if you have siblings or like
Yeah.
if your one parent is like super great and can like look after the other parent, obviously when they're immediately sick, you want to be home straight away.
Yeah.
You want to be home as much as you can for your family, but also like, I feel like it's not that black and white. I don't know. That was kind of loaded.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. I don't know. I would want to take care of my parents. I love my parents.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, with work and all, like, he's just starting out. And he worked so hard to get there. I'm pretty sure his parents are thrilled that he's there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That was the goal, probably.
I think he's still the asshole because of
The way he answered it.
the way he handled it. Yeah.
Like,
it wasn't like straight away. He just doesn't want to go.
Yeah, it wasn't worth the rage. Like,
it
he could have
wasn't-
been like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There could have been like
It's
a
hypothetical.
or, like, we can talk about it, like maybe, but just saying like straight up like no. Like just saying not doing it.
I feel like the biggest thing with these things is people are just too like, like maybe like just have a little chat.
Yeah.
That's been like, hi Lulu. Hi mamas. Say hi to the vlog. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so attached to my parents. Like I don't think I could. Are you gonna come up? Up, come on. Do you want to come?
That was good. That was good. I do think that was situational.
Oh, 100%. And like you couldn't know unless you're in that situation.
Know.
Like what's, like for example, like my nonno fell over and broke his arm like a couple of weeks ago, and I really wanted badly to be home because also like I'm the only sort of like cousin or whatever that I was in university and I was just doing part-time work when I was back home. So like I would have been able to like bring them to appointments and stuff. Like I would have been super free to be able to be there, but instead it was like my auntie who works or my dad or my mum who they all work, they had to take time off to like, obviously like you share the load, that's what you do when you're in a family, but knowing that like when you know it within yourself like that you could be super helpful if you were there, like that makes it hard. And you just want to be there, like you want to be, you know, like something might happen during the night because of the different time zones. Like I wouldn't find out till the morning, and it's like you want to know straight away, like how did his doctor's appointment go, like what's going on. So like it's not as easy as just like, are we gonna go or are we not gonna go? But you definitely want to be there for your family in an emergent time. So you'd hope.
Dude, that was like during Easter when my grandpa was in the hospital. He went that Friday and Easter was on Sunday, and I was like, am I gonna have to drive 4 hours to Dallas right now, or what do I need to do? And my parents are my mom said, well, my mom's in Missouri, so like she's not there too either. And she was like texting my grandma too, like, do we need to be there now? Like, what's going on? But my grandma's like not fast to text because she's like into what's going on in the hospital. And so we were like, dude, like we need to know something. Like, we need to start driving now. Like, what's happening? But it ended up being okay. So
It's good.
we all went for Easter. We went on Sunday. Like we were going Sunday no matter what. So we were all just wondering if we needed to come early.
Oh, okay. So I found this one today. Am I the asshole for showing my friend, 20-year-old female, and I, 19-year-old female, text to her boyfriend, 20-year-old male? So my best friend, let's call her R, and her boyfriend, let's call him J, have been dating for around a year. I was the one who introduced them because R and I are childhood friends, and I met J in one of my freshman classes. Recently they've been going through a rocky patch and have been fighting a lot. 2 weeks ago they had their biggest fight yet, and J and R did not speak to each other for a week afterward. R even skipped out on our weekly study groups, and with finals coming up that was really significant. With these being two of my good friends, I wanted to see this conflict resolved and seeing their lack of communication frustrated me. So when I was hanging out with Jay and he asked if R had said anything to me about him, I decided to be honest. I wasn't going to lie straight to his face and say no. So I pulled up R and I's texts and let him read them. She had been ranting to me and said not so nice things about Jay. He was not happy. He later brought this up to R and they started fighting even more. Soon after, R texted me and she said she felt really betrayed that I had shown Jay our private conversations. R said most of what she had texted was out of frustration and she didn't mean for Jay to see it. She said that she thought that I was a safe place that she could rant about her frustrations to R. And she said that she didn't feel comfortable sharing private information with me anymore and was going to take a step back from the friendship. I thought this was ridiculous. Jay asked me a question and it wasn't like I was about to lie to him. I felt like R is majorly overreacting and that if she didn't want Jay to see those things, she shouldn't have sent them in the first place. However, our other best friend, 20-year-old female, is getting really mad at me. She thinks I'm the asshole and that I owe R an apology. I refuse, so now she and R are not speaking to me. So, am I the asshole?
That's No, I don't think it was... I don't know, like, when you share something with the girls, I'm not gonna go and, like, tell that, like, I don't know. I just don't think it's right for her.
Do you think she's the asshole?
I think...
Yeah, I feel like she inserted herself in a position where she shouldn't have
because she said that I didn't want to lie. It's like, okay, you could have not lied.
You could have not said anything
at all.
Well, you could have just sort of communicated, oh, like she's kind of expressed to me, you know, she's feeling upset or she's feeling frustrated. Like, you don't have to blatantly lie and be like,
show
no,
the messages. Here they are. Here they are.
You don't have to, like, blatantly lie and be like, no, she hasn't said anything to me. But you also, like you said, you don't have to, like, outright be like, well, she said exactly this at this time, and then she said this at this time. Like,
she definitely inserted herself.
I don't think that's a friend. I don't think that's really good a friend.
Somebody else's relationship.
Because you're like, when you're venting to someone, you're venting.
It's in confidence.
Yeah, like that's like like you can give. Like, and even her to her friend, she should have told her friend. Like, she should have been giving her friend the advice, not her man. Like,
That's weird.
You should have been talking to your friend about it, not
The
Yeah,
boyfriend.
the
The friend's
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, like, she's
that's
friends with them
weird.
both.
But she said, like, she was friends with the girl since, like, growing up.
Okay.
And she just had
That's
classes
true.
with the guy.
That's true. Like, they've just sort of, yeah.
I don't know.
That's true. She's been friends with the girl way longer. But,
Ooh.
yeah, it wasn't the right thing to do, I don't think. But, yeah, you are the asshole.
Yeah, you are the asshole.
You are you broke girl code, but, like, you pretty viciously broke it. It wasn't just like a...
Like a slip.
Yeah.
I'd be real mad as a friend.
Yeah.
Like, you lost.
In 2023, we're not putting up with that behavior from girls.
Mm-mm. We support each other.
Facts. Like, we're honest with each other,
Yeah.
but we don't dog the girls.
Mm-mm.
We also don't tell each other's mans anything about anything that
No.
nobody says.
Yeah. not me.
Not
Couldn't be
happening.
me.
You can go home and tell your mans what you said if you want to, but I will not be telling
Facts.
your mans what you said. No,
Not me. Couldn't be me.
not me.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine, like, Charles, like, approaching me, like, is she mad at me? Like, what? Like, what?
He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that.
No, I couldn't.
And it's
she
like,
does.
well, what did she say?
Yeah. Show me the messages. Right?
Probably not, buddy. Probably not. Oh, Beanie, loving the love. This is the last one. Okay. My boyfriend, 32 male, told me, 31 female recently, that he's never really liked any of his previous girlfriends as friends and preferred hanging out with his guy friends to them. My boyfriend, 32 male, told me recently he's never really liked any of his previous girlfriends. He's had 3 pretty lengthy relationships before me. And he's never liked them as friends and preferred hanging out with his guy mates. He said it thinking he was complimenting me in our relationship because he likes hanging out with me. But it's really made me question his views on women and relationships. It's like he didn't see women as people and just found a girlfriend he was attracted to and can put up with as a person, rather than someone he loves spending time with outside of sex. While he might have grown and changed in a positive way, it's totally thrown me. To me, a major part of being in a relationship with someone is also having a genuine friendship and love for them as a person. We've been together for nearly a year and I've been really happy with the relationship, but this has made me really question things. Is it unfair on him to hold this against him?
I feel like he just shouldn't have had other girlfriends. I feel like he
What?
if
He
he's
should be
never
lonely.
really- if he's never liked any of his previous girlfriends.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what she's saying. Like, she's saying, did he only like them for sex? Because, like, you have a girlfriend, so, like, part of having a girlfriend is like having a partner. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't like spending time with them. Like,
Then
what
yeah.
are you having a girlfriend
That would
for?
make
That's pretty
sense,
much what
yeah.
she's saying. Like,
So we're sure when it stopped.
yes.
So we're just gonna continue.
But basically, I feel like it's unfair for her to
Hold it against him.
hold it against him because, like, you change all the time, and, like, obviously sometimes guys say silly things and, like, they don't really understand how much we really, like, break down what you've said.
Yeah.
I think it's like,
Because I really do think that he tried to say it as like a compliment.
yeah,
That she strewed it complete opposite way.
yeah. Well, like, have a look at how he values women in every other way, like every other part of his life. Like, if he doesn't value women, he isn't being respectful. He, like, you know, isn't being the kind of guy you want to be with in every single other way. Then maybe he doesn't respect women, and maybe what he said is a reflection of that. But at the same time, like, if he's never given you an inkling and you've been with him over a year, like, it's been some time now, if he's never given you an inkling of, like, he disrespects women or he doesn't, like, you know,
Yeah.
have a positive attitude to what a woman can bring to a relationship, or any woman in his life, his mum, siblings, friends, cousins, the lady cashier at the friggin' checkout, then maybe he doesn't disrespect women, and that is more indicative. But people grow and mature and change, and, like, they're different people when they're in relationships, when they're in different relationships. I feel like it's kind of unfair to just off the bat be like,
Yeah. Just straight. She also wasn't with him in other relationships. You can't say
She doesn't know the
something
experiences
about
she
the
lived.
other girls, like, cause she
Yeah.
wasn't with him during that, and she didn't say if she knew him or not during that time either.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if she watched him with those girls
true.
or not, but you can't go off of what his past relationships were like if your relationship with him is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, then you have to just be like, okay, well then that time he was just, that's how it was, and that's over. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, this is how it is now, though.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. I agree with that.
I don't think, I don't know.
I would say the same thing. Like, because there's so many different factors. From,
Yeah.
like, maturity to, like, you don't know what the other person was like. You don't know if, you know, at the start of his other relationship, she said they were lengthy relationships. Maybe they were really good at the start, and then, you know, they sort of changed or showed their true colors throughout the relationship, and that maybe made him sort of resent their
like hanging out with
personalities.
them. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think the same.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really been. I'm in my first relationship right now. We've been together for 6 months, and like I'm still trying to figure out this whole relationship thing. So, I don't know the experiences that he lived, and what he learned from his past relationships.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely unfair to just like
Hold that over
over him. And one easy way to fix it is talk about it.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Like, if you communicate well from that. Like, obviously, if she's feeling that way, talking about that, getting through that is...
talking about anything.
Oh, yeah.
That's the moral of this podcast. Talk about it.
Communicate. But yeah, so that is all we have for Am I the Arsehole segment on Alicia's YouTube channel. But thanks for watching, everyone. If you've stayed this long just to listen to us talk, like, we hope we've given you the good girl's perspective. I've had a lot of fun. This has been like something fun to do.
I've had fun too.
If you guys sort of like, I'm just trying to feel out all these different types of like
content.
vlogging or you know, day in the life, whatever. I'm just trying to sort of flesh out what people like to see, what people don't like to see. So if you do like it, let us know. Maybe we can make it like a mini series.
Yeah.
We'll do a few of these and discuss like different things that
Different
you guys
topics.
Want, what you guys want to put out. I love these girls a lot,
We can have people comment if you want to,
Yeah.
of course, and put things like your own stories or even made up stories. Like if you want to make something up and just let us talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool.
We will debate your made up situation.
That'd be cool
It's
too.
not a problem.
Yeah, like
we can do it.
You don't have to be like truthful. Like,
Before
it could
you
be
want to
false.
go to your boyfriend with a hypothetical, let us talk about it.
Let us hypothesize for you.
Let us, yeah.
But I love these girls. They're a lot of fun, as you can probably tell. I'm very grateful to have them, and I'm very thankful that they both came today because it took we tried to film this last night and we got distracted and we couldn't do it.
We've
so
also tried to film it for like the past 2 hours.
Yeah,
we were
before
shooting
this
this video
forever.
even literally. It's been, I don't know. But I'm super grateful. I've had a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys liked it too. So if you did, let us know, and yeah, catch you guys on the next one.